Hi guys, good evening. Thank you for being gracious with me on moving this class back a little bit tonight. Wanted to make sure that we caught a bunch of people who had told me like, oh, I'm gonna, be at church then or whatever, and needed it to just be a little bit later. And so I thought for the sake of more people being able to just join us tonight and make this a fun, really interactive class, I wanted to just push it back. So also it turned out to be good because my kids were like really hard to put to bed. So but they're all down now and I'm super excited to hang out with you. So thank you so much for joining in. Hi, Kelly. Say hey when you come in and tell us what you're up to tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying some beautiful fall weather. So tonight we are going to talk about earning an income with Young Living. This is really becoming one of my favorite topics to talk about because we're all about health and wellness and telling the truth and helping people think critically and just like get past a lifestyle of sickness in their life. I don't know what my hair is doing. Get past a lifestyle of sickness and really embrace health. But what I have really found is that people are sickest in their finances, and people are looking for an opportunity. You're looking for abundance. You're looking for a side hustle, and there's so many people who are needing and looking for opportunities in a way to make some extra money. And what we have discovered is that we are so impressed with the Young Living opportunity and have really, really loved being a part of it for the last several years. And so I want to share with you what it is, because I think that there are a lot of people who maybe don't quite understand exactly what it is, and I want to make it really, really simple for everyone. So, okay. So when I first got started in Young Living, I'll just tell a little bit of my background as people are hopping on, and my story kind of pertains to like what my first things that I want to share with you are. So when I first got started with Young Living was about 6.5 years ago, and in 2013, and I just got my starter kit. I just wanted the products. I only wanted to use oils, and I knew that there was like a business side attached to it, but I really didn't want to be a part of that. I was like, no, I don't want to be that kind of person. I do not want to pester all of my friends. I don't want to be the weirdo, the MLM weirdo, I did not want to be that person. And so I was very opposed to any kind of sharing for several months. I just wanted to use my oils in quiet and not ever say anything about them. But here is what actually happened. When I found Young Living, I was really on a journey of changing just so much about my life. And I was, hey Stephanie, I was changing the way that I thought about how to take care of my body. I was changing the way that I shopped for everything. I was changing the way that I used my dollars to purchase products, and I was changing the way that I thought about consuming things, and really at a place where I wanted to be more proactive. I wanted to be more informed. I wanted to be intentional, and so I think when you start a health journey, you kind of realize that it can feel very lonely when you start making different choices, countercultural choices, right? And so I felt I was looking into real food nutrition, and I was looking at chemicals and things that were in my food and then in my products, and I was really finding that I cared deeply about this. For the first time in my life, I had found a passion, and it was this type of stuff, because I just was how have I never been taught this before? How have I never known this before? Here I am married, starting my life and my career and all this stuff, and I've never heard any of this information before until I found Young Living. And what I kind of have realized in hindsight is that I really needed a community of people to be with me on this health journey, or I probably would have walked away and quit. And that is now when I talk to people who are just kind of just starting out on this, I always hear that in our conversations together, because I always hear them talking about yeah, but my husband is not on board with this, or I get made fun of at work for being the oily lady, or my parents or my family or my friends or whatever. It's always a group of people that you're really close to that you feel heckles you, or does not understand, or tells you that you're stupid or you're crazy. And it can be a really lonely place, and people are a lot more likely to quit that behavior that's getting them that negative feedback if they don't have a community that surrounds them and supports them. And so when I found Young Living, there were people who were doing the same things as me, like trying to eat cleaner, trying to get chemicals out of our lives, trying to take better supplements, trying to like really be intentional about what we put on our bodies, and like really taking nutrition seriously and saying like, I don't think that I have like been properly nourishing myself. And so I'm really trying to eat clean and do all of these things. And like really clean up my laundry room, clean up my bathroom. What am I washing my face with? What am I washing my hair with? All this stuff. And so it was amazing to find a community, and I found that I didn't feel so alone, and it really kept me going in this health journey that I was on. So, okay, I'm back. Paired that like amazing community that I had found that I didn't know that I needed with the fact that like I could not stop talking about the oils and our experiences with them. Like I kept using more oils. I kept reading things about the oils, and like as I'm reading my pocket reference book, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I know somebody who would totally benefit from that. Like I know somebody with asthma. I know somebody with Alzheimer's. I know somebody with cancer. I know somebody who has this specific issue, and here I am reading about an essential oil or a supplement, and how this company has like done all this research, and like the founder has like done all these like clinical trials and like developed all these products for this specific thing. And I just felt really compelled to start sharing with people that I knew, that I felt like could use it. And so, I went from being that person who like was totally opposed to sharing Young Living to feeling like, I actually feel like I have something really special that could be life-changing for the right person. And if I could be a part of changing someone's life, changing the trajectory of their home, the trajectory of their health, the trajectory of like the way that they think and operate in the world, and introduce them to this kind of like freedom and empowerment and community, I am there for that. And so that has been what has kept me in Young Living for now going on 7 years. That is everything that I aim for this group to be, and for my leadership team to be, and for my business to be. Like I want to be an inspiring source of information and education and empowerment and equipping and encouragement, lots of E words, for people who are on this health journey exactly like I was, who need their lives to intersect with Young Living, and they need people in their life to be willing to speak up and say something about it when they see or hear of a need in their life. So, okay, that's my intro, basically, my why, my story. I see we have several people who've hopped on since then, so I can't see comments, and so I'm sorry if you ask a question. I'll try to like flip back later and answer questions or whatever that come through. But okay, so let's talk about like the elephant in the room, because I know, and I was this way too. So like I was you, and I totally understand. Okay. So I want you to know that I come from a place of like completely identifying with you. That like the network marketing model, the fact that Young Living is an MLM, is probably what keeps most people from ever even considering or looking into the business side of Young Living. It is what prevented me from even considering it at the very beginning. And here's the thing, like I realized I didn't actually have any personal experience with network marketing that was bad. There's just this kind of cultural pervasive message that like MLM is like really slimy, and you don't want to get involved with that because it's like it's a pyramid scheme, and like it's super shady and all this stuff. And here's the thing, like I will agree that there are a lot of bad MLM companies, just like there are a lot of bad companies, right? Like there are a lot of bad companies. There are a lot of people who don't know how to run a business. There are a lot of people who do things really shady. There are a lot of companies that are just looking out for themselves and just looking out for profit. And you really do want to be careful who you shop with, who you align yourself with, because you don't want to start aligning with somebody that's like disreputable, right? And so like I was in Young Living for quite a while, and I was like, okay, they're very reputable, right? Like they have a good reputation. They've been around for 25 years. There's not anything shady going on. This seems like a pretty legit thing. And I don't feel like they're about to go under. And I feel like they're actually like really supportive of the people who are sharing and things like that. So what I found is that I wasn't finding a whole bunch of like slimy people that were doing Young Living as a business. In fact, I was finding a lot of people that I like really respected and like really loved learning from them and felt like they were really doing great things. And so I was really impressed with like the culture of Young Living. And so it, I feel like, the network marketing model just really makes sense for Young Living. And here's kind of what I mean by this. And I've talked at length and, with a friend named Casey Jackson. And she lives in Kansas City. You might know her. She owns a eyelash company also. She makes like glue on eyelashes that are awesome. But anyway, so I've talked with her about this idea too, so I can't like take credit for this entire thought process, but it really, really makes a whole lot of sense when you think about like, you know, if you've ever been opposed to network marketing, or you've ever been like, well, I would do it, but it's like, I don't do network marketing, or whatever attitude you have about network marketing that's negative. Like, I've had that too, so I totally understand. But here's the thing, like, when you think about, like the very first like big name clothing company that you can think of, whatever that is, or like a makeup company, whatever company that is. Maybe it's MAC makeup, maybe it's like CoverGirl, maybe it's L'Oreal, maybe your clothing company is like The Gap. That's the first one that I think of. Like a big name, like I think of this when I first think of like an iconic brand. And the truth is that those companies have a product that they can literally like put on a person and take a photograph of, and it like shows you that's what it is. Like the piece of clothing, they just have to put it on a really pretty person, and you can like see yourself in that clothing, in that situation, and be like, yeah, I could look amazing in that too, because she looks amazing in that. And so that makes you want to buy the clothes. And so like that's it, right? Like they just have to basically like sell an image that you want to be so that you can buy in and get the product. And so selling clothes or selling makeup is like a totally different game, right? Because they can like basically do whatever they want or say whatever they want to sell you their clothes. And so like network marketing, you know, like for those things doesn't really work all that well, because like you don't need to have word of mouth. But here's the thing, like with a company like Young Living, ironically, there's not a whole lot of regulation on like producing essential oils, but there sure is a lot of regulation on talking about them. And it's not just essential oils, it's actually like all natural products, basically anything that's not classified as a drug, or an over-the-counter product, has like severe, like chop your legs out from under you type of restrictions on what you can say about them. And so you can basically say nothing about Young Living products, right? And so Young Living is extremely limited on what they can say. So if they were trying to market their products successfully, where they have this like entire set of like really profound wellness products, like they can do extremely incredible things for the human body. They have been formulated for specific needs. They have taken so much care to make sure that you're getting like a therapeutic product. And then like the most that they can say in their product guide is like, smells really good and it provides a really relaxing aroma that might possibly help with head tension. And that's like the most that they can say about something that is like literally revolutionary for people who suffer with migraines, right? And so they like had to look at like, okay, how do we market these products that can literally change people's lives, and that we want to, like, we want to get these in people's hands because we want them to have solutions. We want them to have these amazing options that come from plants instead of toxins. How do we do that when we're so restricted on what we can say? And so what they really chose was a brilliant model for this type of product, because it's word of mouth marketing, right? Like if you have ever talked about your favorite pair of shoes, if you've ever talked about your favorite scrunchie, if you've ever talked about your favorite meal at your favorite restaurant and told people that they need to go there and order the salmon, or, you know, like you have to go get this amazing skillet cookie at this dessert restaurant, whatever it is, you've done network marketing, but you have not been paid. You have not been compensated for referring that product. And so what Young Living does is they know that people talk about what they love and about what works for them. And so their business model is that they're going to incentivize their product users, the people who are using their products and loving and seeing amazing results with their products every day. They're going to incentivize and reward those people for taking other people under their wing and saying, hey, I have something that will help you. Come, let me tell you about it. Let's try some on you. And then you can see exactly how it works for you. And so instead of like having billboards or commercials or magazine ads or anything like that, Young Living has put their dollars into compensating their product users and the people who are willing to say, I want to educate people about this amazing stuff. I want to be willing to link arms with people and bring my friends in with this and my family. And I want to like go bless people with this life-changing information. And if you pay me for that, that's great. People would probably be talking about it anyway, right? Because it's such a good product. But they decided to incentivize that and build their business model on incentivizing the best form of marketing that there is, which is word of mouth marketing. The reason that Instagram is such a huge hit for like advertisers these days is because it's like word of mouth marketing. You can get somebody that you know and like and trust on Instagram, even if that's like a false version of them, like a celebrity, but you can get somebody to use their influence to tell you about a product that like they're using, and people are going to immediately go buy that, right? Because like somebody that they know and like and follow on Instagram is saying like, oh my gosh, this thing is amazing, you should go do it. And so they're going to go do it, right? Like that's the reason that anything Oprah talks about is like immediately sold out, right? Because she has influence, people know and like and trust her, and she uses her word of mouth to recommend things that she likes, and they're wildly popular because of it. So word of mouth has been well known to be the most popular and the most successful form of marketing for any kind of company. And so network marketing is literally what that is. It's incentivizing the word of mouth, the referral, the friend sharing with a friend, and that's really what the business model is, okay? So I want to tell you a couple of like perks of the Young Living business, just some ways to think about a couple of more ways that it like just makes really good sense to do this. And so there is a really, really small upfront investment. So even if you're not looking at this of like, I want to be a Royal Crown Diamond, which is the highest rank in Young Living. Probably a lot of you are like, I don't even know what that is, which is totally fine. You don't even have to want to be a Royal Crown Diamond to make money with Young Living. Like that does not have to be your goal. That can be some people's goal, and if it is, that's awesome. But your goal can be whatever you want it to be, right? Like it's your life, it's your vision, it's your dreams, it's your goal. So you could decide, I want to make a little bit of money with Young Living. I just want to get my orders paid for, which is totally possible. Or I want to like pursue a huge dream and I would love to be a Royal Crown Diamond. Whatever that goal is, you do not have to like set that as your like immediate bar. Like you don't have to like wait to get paid or like wait to do anything until you're like at this huge level, and you're going to get your money back way before you get to like some really long-term lofty goal. So with Young Living, there is a super small upfront investment, which is literally just getting your starter kit. So a lot of businesses, even a lot of other like network marketing businesses, there was a network marketing company a few years ago. I don't know if they're still around anymore. I'm not going to use names, but they required like a $5,000 to $8,000 upfront investment to get started with your inventory. And a lot of people were like doing it and then like finding out that it wasn't really that great of a network marketing company. And so with Young Living, like there is basically no risk because there is no upfront investment like you would with a regular type of business. Most businesses cost upwards of thousands of dollars to start. And Young Living's business costs you like $165 for your starter kit to start. And you don't need anything else besides your starter kit to get started. You could actually even, just to get your membership, get the $35 basic starter kit. Honestly. Like, so you could get you could start your business for $35 instead of $165. So again, the upfront investment is like so small, and you can start building your business right away with that. So you don't have to like have a bunch of inventory. In fact, we don't encourage you to do that. We encourage you to be using the Young Living products in your everyday life and then building your business from your testimonies that you have with those products, and not like nobody wants you to stock this stuff away in your garage. Okay. So that is like not this type of business. And so I hope to like calm some fears with that, because I think a lot of people think of this type of business as like, okay, well then they're going to tell you to get started with your business. You're going to have to like take out a loan and spend thousands of dollars and fill your garage with all this product that you're never going to use. And that might be true of some other companies, but that is not true of Young Living. You don't ever have to order products with Young Living that you're not going to personally use yourself. You can order products to like use for classes and do giveaways and all that stuff, but like the main bulk of what you are going to be like purchasing from Young Living is not just like product to hit a goal. It's product that you're actually using. And so it's all consumable, and the inventory is extremely low, and the upfront cost is as low as $35. Most people get their premium starter kit because they want a diffuser and they want all the oils and stuff, and so that's $165. And even that is at like such a steep discount. It's like over 60% off when you do it that way. So you don't need anything else besides your starter kit to start your business. And there's really like, when you think about, there's really no risk in starting, because the cost associated is nothing more than products that you're already using yourself. And so there's not like a penalty. There's no like yearly fee to stay an active member. It's just like using the products yourself. And so it's a $50 per year, just like Costco. Like it's a $50 per year membership, but you get products for that. So a lot of other companies have an activation fee that gets you nothing. It just lets you stay in the company. And we don't do that. You just have to be using the products. So there's really no risk, because the way that the compensation plan is set up is that you don't have to be like ordering a ton of product yourself before you start making money. It's just that 50 PV for essential rewards that like you have to spend 50 PV to get your first paycheck basically. When you enroll someone. So when you enroll someone, you get a $50 bonus. And that's any person that you enroll, anytime you enroll them, you get a $50 bonus. Now to get those enrollment bonuses, you have to have a personal order of 50 PV of your own personal products. That is a requirement to get those bonuses. However, if you enroll one person, you just got that order paid for, okay? So like if your goal is to just get your oils paid for and you want to be on Essential Rewards because you want the points and the free stuff or whatever, and you set your goal to be one person a month so that you can get your orders paid for, you're done, right? There is no risk. You're not sucking away inventory. You're not ordering stuff that you don't actually want to use. And you can just do it that way. The more people you enroll, obviously, the more extra cash you make. If you want to enroll like 6 people a month, so you can get your 300 PV, that's totally up to you, but you can kind of set the pace, and you're not having to like, oh, I have to like place a $2,000 order so that I can like hit my rank with Young Living. Like, no, that's not how that works at all. And honestly, like if you don't enroll anybody in that month, the worst that can happen, like if you maybe don't have a chance to do any kind of referrals or anything in a month, or something in life comes up and you're like, oh, I just didn't get around to it, or I haven't really been talking about it, I haven't really been making time or whatever, like you can take a break. And if you don't enroll somebody in a certain month, you either are out like just your Essential Rewards order that you were going to be ordering stuff you were using and needing anyway, or you don't have to order, there's other, like you would lose your Essential Rewards standing points and all that stuff. So there are some like things to weigh on that, but truthfully, there is no like gotcha gimmick where sticking it to you, you're still out money even though like you don't want to be. There's nothing like that. And what I love about Young Living is how gimmick free it is. Like there is, I'm still waiting for the gotcha. And I mean, at this point I know like there's not one. It's not a gimmick. It's not a scheme. This is a legitimate business model that if you decide to work it like a business and really pursue this and pursue sharing people, it can really pay you very, very well. So that brings me kind of to my next point, which is the compensation plan from Young Living is so generous, so generous. I have talked to a lot of people over the last several years about different network marketing companies, people who've been involved in different kinds of businesses and things like that. I love talking to people and I love business, and so I find myself in these conversations a lot with people, but I have found that a lot of people don't feel like their company or their business is like for them making money. They don't feel like they're actually like wanting to pay them. It's almost like, yeah, we have these people who are doing this as a business, but like we actually are like trying to find ways not to like let them make any money. And I can honestly say like I have never felt that way with Young Living. I've never felt that way. I've always felt like they are for me. They want me to be successful. The more successful I am, the better that is for them. And they want to pay me generously. As I said earlier, you get $50 per person that you enroll. And then there are several other ways that you can get paid. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But that is a really, really generous bonus that they pay out. And the way that their structure is built is a lot more doable than other network marketing companies. And so the ways that you rank up with Young Living are a lot more achievable. A lot of companies set up their compensation plan so that it is literally impossible, except for the very few people who started at the very beginning. They set it up so that it like feels impossible because it pretty much is impossible because they don't want to be paying those people at that high rank. Young Living has had like hundreds of people rank up to Royal Crown Diamond in the last 6 years. And you know what? They're excited for them. They roll out the red carpet for them. They are thrilled to welcome them and their teams to the leadership of Young Living, and they want everybody to get there. They cheer you on to Royal Crown Diamond. They do not make you feel like you're never going to get here because you weren't here first and you don't have what it takes. Like, everyone in Young Living is such a supportive community, like I was saying, that extends into the business community. What I love about Young Living is how collaborative everyone is. Everybody is Team Young Living. Everybody shares their ideas. Everybody is open to help and coaching and sharing what's working for them and really encouraging one another. It is unlike any other community that I've ever been a part of. So collaborative, so positive, so for you, and that just trickles down from every single aspect of Young Living. Everybody is for each other's success in every way that they possibly can be. Okay, so those are some of the ways, in my opinion, Young Living, the business side, just makes sense. And hopefully I've been able to calm some of your fears about network marketing. If you want to talk more in depth about that with me, one-on-one or whatever, please do so. I am happy to share what I have found over the years, calm any of your fears, and really have a conversation with you about that. I would love to, and I would be honored to really talk that out with you. But I want to just spend the rest of our time together tonight, and I want to really honor your time. By talking about how to start the Young Living business. Maybe you're inspired. Maybe you're thinking like, yeah, I've been thinking about this, but I've been kind of put off by like my ideas about it. And, but I kind of want to look into it. How do I actually get paid? What does this actually look like? I'm going to edit the description of this video to show you the income disclosure statement. If you are on your computer right now, I want you to go Google Young Living income disclosure statement and look at their website. There'll be a link to their website. Look at the income disclosure statement for, I think it was 2018. Oh, hang on, my paper was on here. Okay, so they just put out their 2018 income disclosure statement on their website. So I want you to go look at that because that really gives you a great picture. And this is my favorite thing to show anybody who's thinking about doing this as a business, because it really shows you what the average income is for somebody who's pursuing this as a business, because it can start to feel like, I don't know, how do I make any money and what's actually realistic for this? And so if you don't have something in mind that you're shooting for, it can be really easy to shoot for nothing, and then eventually you're like, I don't actually know if this is working or not. And so you can kind of look at this and see it has the percentage of all distributors. So 88.8% of all Young Living members are just product users. So mostly just customers, mostly just people who are loving and using the products. 7.9% of all of our distributors are the rank of Star, which is the first rank in Young Living. And the average income on that is $261. And then it bumps up to Senior Star, which is 2% of all Young Living members. And their average income is $1,500. That's per year. So $1,500 a year. And then Executive is the next rank up, and that is 0.9% of all members. You can see the amount of people who are actually pursuing this gets smaller, and it's a lot more honorable. Not more honorable, but what's the word I'm looking for? It's a lot more of an esteemed thing the higher in the ranks that you go with Young Living, and the fewer people who are able to achieve that, okay? So 0.9% of Young Living is Executive, and that is an average income of $3,800. Then Silver is $15,000. You guys, that's a really good job. A part-time job is a Silver income of $15,000 a year. What kind of income, what kind of freedom could that do you if you had something extra bringing in $15,000 extra per year? Just think about that. That is a really nice vacation, or several, depending on how nicely you vacation. I don't know. That's several vacations for us. That is a new car that you could pay for in cash if you had your Young Living income. And so these are very real numbers. These are the averages. So a lot of people make more than that average number, and a lot of people make less than that average number. So the averages kind of depend on your specific numbers. The rank after Silver is Gold, and that is 0.1% of all Young Living distributors. And the average income for Gold is $47,253. Then Platinum is less than 0.1%. Average income for a Platinum is $117,000. And then Diamond is probably one of the most esteemed ranks. It's not the highest, but it's
one that a lot of people set their goal to shoot for, and that is again less than 0.1% and an income of $313,000, and then it goes up. Crown Diamond is income of $591,000, and then Royal Crown Diamond is an income of $1.5 million per year. That was based off of a total, like, they have to put together these charts every single year, and then like produce them so that they're like producing honest and real numbers to both the government, to the outside world, and to their membership, to kind of let them know what's realistic, what's being paid out, what are the averages, all of that stuff. So I think that's a really, really handy chart to look at, and also to help that to allow you to say, like, what is it that I would like to shoot for? Like, maybe it's an extra $300 a month, okay? Like, finding ways to do that, to pull in an extra $300 to $500 a month is not always easy, right? Like, when I first found Young Living, I had a full-time desk job that I didn't really like, and so as a creative outlet, I was making cake toppers for weddings. And I was like hand gluing rhinestones on my little cake toppers. And they took me like 3 to 4 hours at least to make them, because I was hand gluing like rhinestones on like these little wooden letters. And I was charging like $75 per thing, but then I had like some costs and a lot of time associated with that. And I would say, like, having to build that up, like, I think over doing that for like 2 or 3 years, I think I only made like $2,000 total. So that was like less than $300 a month. And I was like thrilled with that before I found Young Living, because it was like a fun little side job and it was a creative outlet or whatever, but I still like wasn't super passionate about it. It was just something to spend my time doing. And I still had to work so hard just to bring in that extra like $300 a month, $300 to $500. And with Young Living, it took me like a matter of probably 6 to 7 months before I was making about $500 a month with Young Living. And then once we hit the rank of silver, we were making about $1,000 a month with Young Living. By the time we hit gold, we were making close to $4,000 to $5,000 with Young Living. And then that has increased to be almost $10,000 a month with Young Living. That's depending on, again, individual numbers. I can't give you specific check numbers or anything like that, so I have to give you averages and ranges. But I want to say that, like, the generosity of this company blows me away. And what I want is for my friends to be paid really well by a company that I love. That is like the ultimate goal for me, right? Like, it just makes sense for all of us to be referring friends, getting our oils paid for, and letting this awesome company pay us for talking about it and sharing about it and educating people about it and helping them get oils into their home. That just makes really good sense to me. And to think that, like, I can help my friends get paid so generously and I don't have to be the one paying them, right? Like, they can just join what we're doing and what we're excited about, and we all can, like, be part of this really thriving, vibrant, fun community and be all about oils and healthy living and bringing people along with us in this. And, like, Young Living is who gets to pay us really well for sharing and doing this business. And none of us are on the hook for paying each other, right? But we all get to work together and do life together and have this really awesome opportunity. It just blows me away like, how generous they are with us. And that, like, goes for everyone, you know, like people who are super casually sharing just to get their oils paid for. That's awesome. I would love to help more people get their oils paid for. I know a lot of people sometimes feel like they can't order as much as they want because they don't have the income coming in for that. And to, like, just be sharing so that you can get your orders paid for, like, you guys, that's awesome. That is an awesome goal to have. And that's really where I started too. I wanted to pay for my oily habit. So that's what I did. And then it became a lot more than that because I kind of discovered the community and the dreams and the freedom that it was allowing us, and how much I was passionate and loved talking about this, and sharing about this and helping other people get started on their own journeys of not just using the products, but also loving the products and sharing them as well. So, okay, so 3 things really quickly. How do I get started? Okay, so you don't have to do anything special. If you have a starter kit, you are already a member who can start sharing. So there's nothing up front that you have to buy in order to start sharing Young Living. I would recommend getting your referral link and saving it somewhere on your phone. You can go to YL.pe. Not .com. YL.pe. It's a super short link, and input your member number as enroller and sponsor on that website. Click on Get My Link, and it will share with you a, like, customized link that goes to your referral page. So you can copy and paste that link to somebody in a Facebook message or in a text message or an email or whatever when they ask you for it. and send it to them. They can enroll with your referral number and you get paid that $50 and they get their starter kit. They have access to all of our team's resources. I would recommend hooking them up with a Facebook group that's your favorite. If this is your favorite place, that's awesome. If it's somewhere else, that's fine. And get them a pocket reference, and then make sure that they are followed up with, know how to use their oils, feel taken care of, you can answer their questions, all of that stuff. But every member can refer somebody else and get paid that $50 per person. So start sharing with the people who are closest to you. That's literally how you start making an income with Young Living, is just start sharing. Start sharing with family and friends and coworkers and people who are already in your life that you're spending lots of time with already. While you're doing that, I would start making a list of people that come to mind that you think, when I heard that testimony about diabetes, I immediately thought of this person and I really think that they need to know about oils. Or when I was reading in my app about, this type of skin condition, then this person came to mind and I really think I should talk to them about it. Start making a list, writing it down, keep a notebook with you, write down names of people who come to mind that would be blessed by knowing about Young Living products and having them in their life. And then start sharing with them. Start sharing hey, I have something that I really think would help you and I would love to tell you about it. Do you mind if I share some information with you? And you don't, if you're feeling salesy, you're doing it wrong, right? Because this is about relationships and about helping people. And so it doesn't have to feel like you need all these sales skills and all of these techniques and stuff. So just go genuinely share with somebody because you care with them, that you have something that can help them, and you don't have to know everything by any means. Just share with them hey, I got started with these essential oils and I'd love for you to join me with this. We have a great community that can help teach us everything, and I have some books and stuff that I can hook you up with, and I just know that these will bless you. And that's as simple as it is. So when somebody gets a premium starter kit and they enroll with Young Living, just like what you did, you get that $50 enrollment bonus, and that's where your checks start coming in from Young Living. That's how they start paying you. Okay, the second way to earn an income with Young Living is to get people educated and using the products. So we kind of know there's the intro, you get your starter kit, you kind of use those 12 oils in your diffuser and all that stuff. And then you kind of take the plunge into okay, I actually really love this and I want to start doing using more of this. And so that's really where we kind of want to help people move towards that, is getting on Essential Rewards, getting educated about what products they can use and what can be helpful for them specifically. And so again, get them plugged into Facebook groups for education, get them a pocket reference or the app, have a class and talk with them about different products that can really benefit their life. Meet with them one-on-one and talk specifics about what they need, what kind of support, what kind of therapeutic stuff do they need in their life, what systems do they need to be supporting, what do they need help with, and then help them come up with a plan so that they're educated on what they can be using and then start using the products in their everyday life. And so then with that, there's the second aspect of how you get paid, which is earning a small commission on all of the orders that happen within your organization. So once you enroll someone, they're on your team, they're under you and under your referral. And so then any orders that they ever place, you'll be eligible to receive a percentage of their orders, and all those orders combined together. So you get your commissions off of that. So you get your enrollment bonuses and your commissions. Those are two ways that you get paid. And then the third way is to get people sharing. And this is exactly what you're doing if you're sharing. You're literally just walking through the exact same process that you are walking through. You don't have to know how to train about the business. You don't have to be an influencer. You don't have to even have been successful at the business yet. Okay, so take all of that pressure off of yourself. You just have to introduce people to the products, teach them how to use the products and fall in love with them, and then let them know that they can be doing the exact same thing that you're doing, which is trying to get your oils paid for, trying to make some extra money. Look at how generous this company is paying us. We get $50, we get commissions, you can get your orders paid for, all that stuff, and help them get their link so that they can refer friends to, share the opportunity with them, share this income disclosure statement with them so that they can see what the opportunity is too. And help them start sharing with their link. Help them think of people, walk them through the exact same process that you did. Once you start doing it, you'll start saying I shared a little bit on social media and then I decided to have a class. And so here's what I think you should do. And I can come do a class with you. We can do it together. We won't be experts, but we can answer questions and tell stories about our oils and really get in front of people, getting belly to belly with them and helping them see what the oils are. That's how you help your friends start sharing as well. And that's really where your business starts rolling. So it's very, very simple. The business is not complicated. earning an income with Young Living is not hard, but it does take a lot of consistency, and for you to build up to a rank that is more sustainable, where you're actually earning like those $15,000, $50,000 a year annual incomes, you're going to have to work that like a job. So you can decide, like, what is it that I want to start pursuing, and then down the road, what is my long-term goal? Where would I like to be? For anybody who is watching tonight, I'm going to send you a little gift because I appreciate you spending your time with me. And I want to send you this. A lot of what I talked about tonight is based off of this book. This is written by Jordan Schrant. It's called Do the Hard Work. I think the hard work word is a little bit deceiving because she talks about it, but it's actually very simple work. It's not always easy, but it's simple. But I want to send you this book because this talks about the income producing activities that we talked about. And so it gives you some really concrete ideas of what to do to start sharing, what kinds of events, what kinds of meetings, how to start talking to people, the three like basic things that you need to be doing to start growing your business. And so I really think this is a helpful tool to have as you get started. This is something you could share then with somebody that you share with, as an introduction to the opportunity, all that stuff. So I'm going to share, just leave a comment when you watch this, and I will pop one in the mail to you. Simple as that, just my gift to you. I ordered a bunch from her in the past because I wanted to be able to have a little tool to send to people who express any kind of interest in learning more and taking this opportunity and taking a look at it. And so I love online stuff, but I love having something concrete to put into your hands so that you can read it and look through it. I know that looking at the opportunity sometimes takes a lot more than just like one Facebook Live video. You have to think about it a little bit. So I want to give you something that you can read and look at and really use and have in your hands as you think and look at the opportunity. So thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I don't know what time it is, so hopefully it's not too late. Hopefully I haven't taken up too much of your time, but I hope to have inspired and encouraged you. You guys, if I can do this business, anyone can do it. I did not have any prior training in any skills that I have had to use in this business. It has literally all been skills that I have developed. Confidence, doing live videos, teaching, knowing about oils, caring about health, knowing anything about the body or how it works. All of this I have learned since I've been in Young Living. And so I say that super humbly because I literally am no one, but if I can do it, so can you. It is all just skills. It is all things that you can learn. And there's no better community within Young Living to learn it with and to bring friends and people that you love and really care for and want to bless along with you into this community. So have a great rest of your evening. Again, I'll be available for questions tonight, anytime. Feel free, you can PM me. I'm happy to talk to anyone about business and about questions and concerns and anything that they have. More than happy and honored to spend time chatting with you to do that. So, all right, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I will talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye-bye.